Welcome to my channel.
China, what? Technically speaking, technically speaking, I ain't talking vegan when I said that I've been eating, making money on the side, but I use it for
Today we have the insurance lady, okay? Her name is Tamika Kimbrough Hilson. She goes by the insurance lady, and she is all about insurance. And what she does is she utilizes technology to increase her personal and her business income. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just take it over, give it to the insurance lady, and let her give herself an introduction and, what she do in the tech industry, right? So let's pass it over to you. There you go.
All right. Yes, I'm Tamika Kimbrough Hilson. And I'm actually Jessica's mom. How about that? But I've been doing insurance for like 26 years, and I started in the 90s. And I started at a time where we were computer programmers and didn't know it in the 90s. We was on that black screen with the green cursor, you command prompt, function keys. That's what we were doing. And we were building their systems with the first set of what they call like digital education. So I grew up I'm 48. I had the internet when I was 16. So that's how long I've been online. I was with the dial-up, the whole, system of dial-up, the www.com thing that they had. So we were all part of that. And I've seen it evolve into now the currency, which is money, the digital currency. And that is a big thing for the insurance world, is being able to compete globally. Insurance is a global product. What I do in America, I could do in any country in the world. And so I could go right to Africa and talk the same talk as I talk in America when it comes to insurance. It's very global. So when the digital era happened in the 2000s, they were gearing up towards automation because they've been in tech. Like tech's been around a long time. It just evolved with you guys. The younger generation evolved it. And so insurance companies start dabbling in it, and they came up with automation of claims and the algorithms, and they built that kind of blockchain for claims processing, whether it's health claims, auto, it doesn't matter. Claim is a claim. So lawsuits are claims, all that is considered a claim. And so they've automated it. So over the last, let's say about 5-6 years, most claims are paid out by technology, people that build algorithms and AIs and bots and things like that. But again, the younger generation, they're not participating like we were participating. So there was a big gap with the blockchain development and the digital currency, like a big gap for a long time. But companies like Fidelity has now offer cryptocurrency funds, and they're in the game too. But we don't have enough intelligent people that's American to do a lot of the functions. So the insurance world, they kind of was suffering for a little bit as the other companies were getting out in the forefront of everything. But they did find a way to be able to back Bitcoin, because that's what Fidelity backs, Bitcoin. So remember Bitcoin, it was like, oh, I wouldn't put my money in Bitcoin. Remember Warren Buffett said, oh, I wouldn't do nothing like that. That was because they was driving the market. Whenever they say don't, you do, because they're just driving the market. They're all friends at the end of the day. They all hang out. Rich people hang with rich people. So they all know each other, and they all be on the forefront of things because they have money and people come to them to do pitches and all, asking for money. So they get firsthand knowledge on a lot of things. And so they drive the market that way. Now Fidelity's back in Bitcoin, but it's so many other type of digital currency. So it's like, how do those companies get into those other spaces that's already out there? Like the Dodge, I think it's called Dodge. It's like a bunch of different digital currency that's growing. Yeah. So yeah, what's that other one? Start with an E, Ethereum. What is it called?
Ethereum ETH is the coin.
Yep. So they trying to get you guys to do things for them, but we all know the younger generation does not stick around companies for 20 years and retire. So their pitch and their strategy hasn't really worked. But as independent people doing technology and understanding the insurance world, you will be very rare. It's very rare. It's like all the same kind of people as in insurance, white males. That's the kind of people that's in insurance. So when I came and it became girls. It wasn't even about being Black. It was just the women's movement through affirmative action because it helped women and Black people and brown people and everybody else in the 90s. So then more women got into it. More women start doing the work, things that need to be done. And now they're looking for what we call insurtech people. And that's people that have an understanding of insurance, rules, regulations, policy, procedures, laws, all that. And they do technology. So it's been really hard to merge that because most people are just in tech. They're just not going to dabble on that side. But insurance is its own language, its own genre, and you can't go to college for it. So you got to kind of work for them if you want to really get in it. And if you think about it, insurance companies have all the money. You know, they can pay unbelievable amounts of money for things that they want done, and they share. So if you build something for one insurance company, they're definitely going to share with the next because they all like money. They don't like to compete. They like to complete each other. Very different world of money. Because if you think about it, everybody in here is spending at least a third of their budget on insurance, health insurance, co-pays, car insurance, life insurance, dental, vision. The list goes on, warranties on your devices. I mean, you know, list goes on and on and on insurance. So if you think about that's a market where you're already participating in financially, it'd be great if you could benefit from your intellectual property and human capital because they're desperately seeking people to do project work and help them, assist them with it, making sure they are able to take the currency that's the future, which is the digital currency that they're looking at. And so, yeah, I've been in this a long time, 26 years now. So,
So do you have to have some type of insurance background to work in that field, in the tech
no,
field of insurance?
no, you need to know definitions of insurance. You need to study. And the best way to know insurance is to think about the insurance you got because it's the same stuff. It doesn't change. So if you have health insurance, you probably know quite a bit about health insurance and don't even realize it because you're looking at it as I'm a consumer. And now you're going to look at it as I'm a business owner and I understand deductible and I can explain it because I have a deductible. All you do is really in insurance, a lot of us speak from first party experience because we all have the stuff. So you can just talk about your auto and just understanding what it means. Like when you see the words, understanding that definition. To have an insurance license would definitely accelerate you to the next level, but you don't have to. Long as you understand the jargon, you could do the work because you already know tech, and that's the key is knowing tech. So if they say, hey, we need algorithm built to deal with workers' comp issues, they're going to tell you everything you need to know. You guys just have to build it. And put it together. You know, it's just getting in that door is not easy because like I said, it's a white male's world. And so they're afraid of people of all races taking away the income that they generate to live the lifestyle that they live. So they go through a little, I would say, learning curve on you won't get it done unless we do it kind of thing. That's why Fidelity just now announcing because the other currency people is what is it, FX, whatever those people going down, everybody going down, everybody. See, what they did was they used speculative risk versus predictability risk. So a lot of those companies overreach because they were just excited and aggressive and trying to say speculative based on this, we could do this. But predictability risk is based on this already happened. we're going to do this. Based on this previous outcome 100 years ago, we're going to do this. Like, they never forget that history repeats itself. So it's more predictable in the outcome. Like Facebook, they just thought, oh, everybody's going to love it. What did you think about the regulators that's going to come up with rules as you grow what you grow? And either you're going to be their friend or their foe. And so either they're going to build those rules around what you've done to give you power, or they're going to build those rules around their friends to take over what you've done and put you out of business. And that's just what it is. And that's what's happening with digital currency. And that's why Fidelity announced it, because they've been backing Bitcoin. They've been going to legislators, pushing them to say, acknowledge them. AT&T now takes BitPay. A lot of people take the Bitcoin as real money to pay bills, to pay debt. And so it's grown, and it's only because Bitcoin had friends that was in the right places, and they were able to overcome all the regulations that the SEC and the FDIC and all these money people put together. They was able to overcome it. And so now with the crash, people are going to go to who? Fidelity, who markets them commercials and say, we deal with cryptocurrency, come on in. And people that, oh, I got my 401k with them. Oh, my mom had it. Oh, my uncle. Like, it's a very familiar brand. So they're going to grab, but they're going to crash a little because they're not ready for this. They don't have people like you guys. Trust me. They don't. A lot of the people they have are not American. So they don't understand a lot of things that's American culturally driven. So they're going to go through a lot of issues with it. Bitcoin may have a little caveat to get up out of there, or Fidelity may own Bitcoin. You never know, you know? So we'll see what happens as the market transpires. We'll see.
Yeah, anything can happen at this point. And that makes me, I always, try to like, always see things that, kind of like synchronize what I'm doing. And, what I'm doing with the trading, it's like, yes, now that, retail traders, which are, just normal, regular, everyday people, are trading on the stock market, they're now changing the rules because they're like, okay, now you're playing in my game now. So are you going to be a friend or a foe? So they're definitely, going to try to manipulate the market so we can, share we can sell whatever we have short, or we can, we don't make as much profit, but they're going to tell their friends what they're going to do, which is, the inside trading part. So, yep. So that definitely correlates there. And then when you were talking about Fidelity, a company, the annuity company, they offer blockchain based IRAs. And I thought that was very interesting, like IRAs though.
Because that's what Fidelity has. It's called a cryptocurrency fund. Okay. In insurance, we have insurance funds based on different products. So the 401k is considered a retirement pension fund, right? So then they got the blockchain to connect that to that. You see what I'm saying? So you have a retirement pension fund, and then you got the cryptocurrency fund, and they're talking to each other like a smart contract, believe this. And they're talking to each other, and they're making it happen. And because money makes money in our world, right? So when you pay your insurance, you get them some green paper, some digital paper, and they give you a nice white piece of paper that has your name on it. Say you have $25,000 worth of coverage for your car. If you hit somebody, they get $25,000, right? That's what you get. Green paper for white paper, right? And then let's say something happens. That person gets what? Green paper. So it's green, white, green. Always like that, right? This is just a concept they've created for money. But if you keep moving like that and money don't make no money, then it don't even make sense. So the money that come in that you guys pay that little premium to goes into a premium trust account. That account creates lots and lots of money. You could take $25,000, put it in this account. You have $50,000 24 hours, because the money in there making money is in commodities of food. And because we all got to eat, food is always going to make money. Everything else, I don't know about that. But food, everybody has to eat. So corn is used for a lot of stuff, pigs and cow, and you see coffee, they talk about certain ones, but they don't talk about food like tomatoes and all this other stuff that they grow, and they make money off of the money that it makes. I mean, look at the market. Bread is like $4. We still buying it. nothing will stop us from eating. And so they know, so insurance companies, they control those commodities. They control minerals, they control the air above your home, they control the dirt underneath your house. They control, you only get so much space in this country. It's like invisible, but you only get so much. And then they start controlling it because they're the ones protecting it. So if it's a plane crash in the sky, insurance company is going to be the one going to pay. All the people died, all to get it fixed, the company, all the losses. So they always is the one that's going to own it because they're the ones going to give you the money. So a lot of times we don't even understand how big that is, and how much power you guys have, because like I said, we're going to see what happened with Bitcoin and Fidelity. I was shocked that Bitcoin allowed his brand to be connected to a company. I would have never let my brand. They would have never known it was Bitcoin. I'd have kept that in the back, so you could just use Fidelity for its clients and educating the client on digital currency and getting them to participate into your world. Because some people may be like, I don't like Bitcoin.
Yeah. But, got to look at the website. But, Bitcoin, it's decentralized. So it's for everyone. And, they may say Bitcoin as an introduction, but they may end up taking other currencies as well, like XRP, XML, and, any of the other, big ones like ETH, even Matic or something, right? Because right now they're working on, right now we can only operate on the blockchain network, of whatever services that network has. We don't have it to where it interconnects, that interoperability. So, that's something that will definitely happen. It's definitely coming to fruition out here. Blockchain is just going to get deeper and deeper. I learn new stuff every day about it. And it's just like, dang, like it's so many avenues you can do within it, so many jobs you can have, right? And insurance is just one I never really thought about. And when I read about the blockchain IRAs and stuff, it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's definitely a sector. Because everything in, Web 2 needs to be, Web 3, right? Everything that we have regular is going to be tokenized in some point. It's going to be, on the blockchain. It's going to be decentralized. So it's just the beginning. And we need to at least get on it, with these jobs. Yes, they may say, oh, build some algorithms for me, or they may say some, just stuff that, may seem a little overwhelming to you, but they don't know it either. So it's good to hop on these projects that are already new, where you're going to learn and grow. You're going to get this money while you're learning, while you're innovating in this new world. And it's just like a win-win for everybody around here, so don't let this opportunity pass you by. It's so many things you can do. Like, again, you don't have to go and be coding or be an engineer or any of that. Like, you can be something where you're in sales or, marketing, or, maybe you're in graphics, or, just something. You can break it down to the smallest of small, right? Like, you don't have to, go big to where you're actually working on, the Hyperledger or, Corda or something, right? Take it slow, guys. Don't get too overwhelmed in it, but know that you need to make the first step. And the first step is just interacting with it, right? We talked about making sure that you have your hot wallet, and you transfer that stuff from your software wallet, aka hot wallet, to your cold wallet, which is your hardware wallet, right? We'll talk more about that later, but definitely make sure that you're just immersing yourself in it. So when when the opportunity presents itself, you can be ready to just jump in and, get your hands dirty. But yeah. So the insurance lady. So what are your future plans for technology? Like, what are your future plans for, your career, your stance in the tech industry?
Well, being that I have a nice relationship with your company, I'm able to bring forth blockchain technology with smart contracts in the world of construction bonds, and being able to, because insurance is really rule driven. The humans just don't follow it. So when you have an insurance company, you can have a company that gives what we call dividends to its policyholders. And so eliminating a lot of the middle people, the humans, and just having contracts talking to each other, will be able to provide more equitable based insurance for the Black community. We'll be able to control our risk and our costs because we know what's up with our culture. We'll be able to offer something that's for us, by us, kind of like FUBU. We'll be able to offer that in the insurance world, and we won't have to deal with the regulators because we're in the blockchain, the whole smart contract, and because we're following the rules higher than any human has ever. Is like our integrity, our authenticity, are all these great, awesome things that give you like ISO 9000 awards and JD.
I think you froze in there.
Paying your premium, and then you just get a $10,000 check around Christmas time. And we talk about that's real, that's small real. The amount of money that people should get from the profits these insurance companies make is unbelievable, but they don't, because the humans in the middle create they convolute it and create and make sure they get it. I mean, imagine this: United Healthcare pays its CEO $104,000 a day, every day, 5 days a week. Imagine that. Now, imagine there's no CEO. That's quite a bit of money for its members. United Healthcare has like thousands, like maybe, I don't even know, maybe like 30,000 members, 50,000 members. I don't even know. They got a lot of members. So imagine taking that kind of money and dividing it up and it just going to those people. You know?
Nice.
And that's how it's supposed to work. Anything that uses the word mutual is supposed to give its policyholders dividends, is what they call it, just money, and it doesn't. So just imagine that, and imagine Black people getting rewards for good things they do. For the first time in their life, they're actually see incentives for like not having tickets, not having claims, driving with your seatbelt on, you know, just small things that is built into the language, but no one follows the rules. So the smart contracts and the blockchain allows the rules to be followed. And so I'm very excited on developing software where tech speaks. Very excited, and being able to participate in a world where we're unstoppable. And that's really important for the Black community to feel in what we call indemnified, putting us back whole prior to a loss. And we've been losing ever since. So imagine being put back where we have these checks coming in because we're good stewards of our risk. Life will change.
Yes, yes. You know, that's why it's so important. Again, I'm going to keep saying that you need to immerse yourself in this technology. You know, I've been talking with folks and we really believe that this is our, you know, the Black community way of liberating ourselves, you know, being free, which is through cryptocurrency, which is through blockchain.
Technically speaking.